Washington wins on a Hail Mary, baby. We've got your instant reaction right here on Ref the District.
Yeah, it's Ref the District. Come on now and join us. Let's go.
Greetings and salutations and welcome to a Ref the District instant reaction.
What am I looking at?
The onesie. Chicago fans, suck it. Just going to let you know, you've been all up in our comment section all week long. We love you. We appreciate it, but suck it. Oh my gosh.
What's going on with this layout? You guys got me hidden back here?
You're there. You can see you. All right. I'm Nathan. That's the Stoner. That's Trev here on Ref the District. Instant reaction. Washington wins.
Nathan, hold on. Before we go any further, we got to bring Trev in. We got to get our layout straight.
Yeah, this layout is...
You can't see our layout?
I can literally see 3 boxes right here, gents.
No, we got 2 boxes and we got the Wednesday stuff up.
Yeah.
And we're all in a different room right now because this is 3 boxes. All right. Well, I'm going to talk while you guys try to work that in the background.
Hold on. Let me fix it here.
You fix it quietly while I continue talking. We're live, sir. This is Nathan, Stoner, and Trev. Stoner's going to try whatever is happening in the background. Gentlemen, what an insane victory for Washington. It's going to go down as an 18-15 victory. Jaden Daniels with the Hail Mary victory. It's happened for us. For us, it has happened finally. For Washington going into this game, not the favorites, even with Jaden Daniels coming back for Washington after rib injury, was a 1-point dog to the Chicago Bears at home, according to Bet Online. Of course, you can head on over to Bet Online and do some good things over there. They're partner here with Believe, and they've got all the news for you, all the update information. Noah Brown, by the way, in case you're interested, was plus 350 for an anytime touchdown. You would have gotten it on that Hail Mary right there if you would have known best to go over to Bet Online, where the game starts. Gentlemen, what a fantastic game. First half looks like it's all Washington. Second half looks like the defense is going to do what it has been doing all year long, which is just failing to live up to expectations. But it doesn't matter. Washington coming away with the victory. Does it look right for you guys now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know what you were looking at, but yeah, it looks great right now. So just plug along. Yep.
We're going to plug along indeed. Gentlemen, I don't even know where to begin with this. Let's just start off with the overall feeling on the Hail Mary, because that was, I mean, this makes me miss. We've all got busy lives, so that's why we haven't been doing our play-by-play and commentary. But this right here makes me miss it, because I was losing my dang mind, running around the circles, jumping up and down. I'm rocking an 8-month, well, soon to be 9-month foster child, trying to get her to sleep. She ain't sleeping anytime soon. Fantastic victory. What did you guys think about
we should all tell our stories of where we were when Noah Brown caught the earthquake catch.
My God.
I mean, I had given up, right? Obviously, most people had given up. I had given up. I had started setting up turning on the computer and all that other stuff. And I was thinking about how mad I was and how I was going to really rip a few people. But now everybody kind of gets an excuse. We're going to break it down and we're going to talk about it. But I couldn't believe it. I just went running up to the TV and I'm like, what did I just witness? I had no idea. Trev, what were you doing when
I was setting up the podcast stuff? I was like, well, you saw the text I sent to the group chat. I said, I don't want to do the reaction, but I'll be there. Like, I don't want to talk about it. I'm going to be in a sour mood, and I'm setting it up, and I just happen to look like, okay, the Hail Mary play, I'll just watch just to see how bad of a Hail Mary it is going to be.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there watching, and I'm like, oh my. I just started screaming some words I can't say on air. Let's go. Like, you got to be bleeping kidding me. Is this real life? Yeah, is this real life? Like, I went immediately on Twitter. I saw everybody on the beat, like everybody, like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'm like, yo, this is real. Like, I just watched something real, and I said it's a great time to have a touchdown. We needed one all game, and I guess is the appropriate time to get one.
I don't even know how to process it because I don't
either.
Because there's so much wrong with what happened. Most of the game, we totally, completely outplayed Chicago, dominate them, both sides of the ball, really. And then next thing you know, we're going to lose because of a couple of drives there at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And then you pull out the Hail Mary. I just don't know how to process it yet.
Yeah, it was a wild game, and we're going to move off the Hail Mary. We'll probably end up getting back there because that is going to be the talk of the week. And much like Matt here, we're all going to rewatch this one over and over and over again. Hey, by the way, Jaden Daniels already called it Pepsi Rookie Player of the Week. Got it right there. That's happening. That's a lock. That is an absolute lock. We got a lot of people in the chat here excited about this one. Scooby, Hugh, JG, Sean, Mike. We got Real Deal. We got Nathan in there. We got Daniel. We got C Notes. We got Ethan. We got Dominique. We got everybody here. Johnny as well. I think Timothy was in there. Yeah, just, oh my goodness, gents. Let's again talk about what Stoner was kind of leading there. Washington dominating this game. And I'm going to bring up some of the stats here. One of the ones Joel had mentioned. This is Jaden Daniels' first 300-yard passing game coming up against a team. We didn't score 21 or more, so Chicago gets to hang their hats on that one, even though it's a loss by them. But Jaden Daniels with more than 300 yards rush or 300 yards passing on the game. He was effective on the ground as I'm waiting for the box score to get up here. So 326 yards passing. Brian Robinson Jr. 65 yards on the ground. Eckler with 52. Daniels with 52. 168 yards on the ground. Now, most of those coming in the first half for Washington. Holding Caleb Williams to 10 completions on 24 attempts, 131 yards. No tutties, period. Swift 129 yards off of 18 carries. He was beating us up quite a bit. Of course, 56 of those coming in one long touchdown run. But I do feel like this rushing defense didn't do as good of a job as they needed to. But of course, with those passing stats, no wide receiver there doing good. And Terry McLaurin, Trev, I will always pick on you for this one.
What's up?
5 catches, 125 yards on the day. Zach Ertz with 7 for 77. Noah Brown, 3 catches, 73 yards, and a 52-yard touchdown to go with the game-winning score here for the Washington Commanders. So all of that tells you the story, right? Washington dominated this game. So why was it so close?
Yeah, I think it was absolutely Washington would get into the red zone and they were having so many issues. Usually it's been penalties, but this time it was a lot of inefficient play. They just weren't executing like they normally do offensively. But again, they had 12 in the first half. They had 12 red zone snaps on offense. Chicago had 0. They had 0 red zone snaps on offense. And Washington with those 12, but couldn't get in. Right? So they were playing extremely well in the first half. I mean, if you look at Caleb at halftime, he was 3 of 8 for 33 yards.
Yeah.
Defensively, they were incredible. But when you go into that halftime and you're only up 9-0, when you've completely dominated a team, there's a little bit of doubt that's going to seep into these guys and these players. And I think that's probably what happened in that second half. And they knew at some point it was coming. There's too much talent on that Chicago offense that they knew at some point Chicago was going to make a run, and they did. And in the second half, the offense started bogging down and defensively couldn't stop DeAndre Swift. It was a little disappointing how defensively it got away from them in the second half. But we can't trash them too much because you end up winning the game on a miracle play. It's a game you didn't deserve to win. Washington did not deserve to win.
I'm going to argue against that one because they were the better team today.
We deserve to win. We didn't deserve to lose.
40 minutes.
We deserve to
lose
60
minutes.
And we also deserve to win.
Yeah.
Both.
I mean, also, it's a massive win. It's a massive 6-2 is so much different than 5-3 coming off a game. Like we've said, that they dominated, and if they had lost and been 5-3, a lot of doubts. A lot of
5-3, by the way, would have taken them out of first place as Philadelphia Eagles won today, and they are now 5-2. And so at 6-2, Washington stays atop the NFC East for another week. And has, again, winnable games coming up here for the slot. But let's stick to this game against the Bears. Trev, Washington seemingly doing what they want at will in the first half, and 23 first downs to 15 first downs. Seems like they get away from the running game in that second half. What was Cliff Kingsbury trying to draw up there in the second half? Were we just trying to get too cute? Was it just not effective? What was going on?
I think he was trying to do too much. I think he was trying to give Jaden Daniels an opportunity to prove to the world that he's not as hurt as everybody says he was, that he can still do it, which we already knew he could do that for the first half. He didn't need to start doing that in the second half. I think he got away from what we're known for, what our identity has been so far is running the ball, and then creating opportunities for Jaden Daniels out with running the ball too as well with his passing. So very undisciplined. We were ranting and raving about this offensive line. They were pretty undisciplined today with the false start penalties and then illegal man downfield. And it just seems like
wasting 2 timeouts.
Yeah. And you saw Jaden look over the sideline with frustration, like, come on, get the play in. Like, let's go. Like, this is – so you saw those issues that were rearing its ugly head in week 2. It reared its ugly head in this game too as well, all those miscommunication, undisciplined stuff. And we just gave the Bears chance after chance to do what they did, which is eventually take the lead because we didn't score touchdowns. It's what you kept hearing all offseason, though, was our red zone work was looking better, and we were focusing practices on that solely a couple times here and there. And for some reason, we just can't score the ball efficiently inside the red zone. Yeah, we put up 31 points a game, but it doesn't come from the red zone. It comes from bigger plays or here and there in the red zone, but not consistently. As Stoner pointed out, 12 snaps in the red zone. That should have been at least 2 touchdowns out of 12 snaps.
It should have been this should have been a blowout the way that first half
for real. So we just, with our undisciplinedness, we just kept the Bears in it, and then our defense was getting gassed because they were playing lights out for 3 quarters. And then they just, they had to break a little bit, because that's our dark defense. We bend but don't break, but you felt the break coming just because of how we kept letting the Bears be in the game. And once that Swift run broke out, I was like, oh, there's the beginning of it. And then, they go for 2 and get that 15-12, and your hopes are shot because you have less than a minute to go with 1 timeout, and you need a touchdown to win. You don't need a field goal to tie. Well, you do to tie, but we want to win. So that causes the Hail Mary play, and by the grace of football gods.
Well, and also give Washington a lot of credit, though, on that last drive, right? How much time did they have? 23 seconds from their own 20-something yard line, right? And just to be able to get into position to throw that, because he gave it everything he had and got it to the goal line. 10 yards difference backwards.
How important was that Terry McLaurin 10-yard out, 12-yard out that he ran?
Absolutely. A couple of those throws, and even the last one before the Hail Mary, the throw that they made to the with 6 seconds left or whatever, a lot of clock issues, and the referees were not on top of their game today. There was problems on both sides for Chicago and Washington, but that last drive was impressive to be able to get into position. Sure, they're playing back, right? They're playing prevent defense, but you still have to execute, and they did it well enough to get in position to be able to throw that Hail Mary. And that Hail Mary was answered, and thank goodness, and hopefully sleep better tonight.
Trev, you got your hand raised. What you got, man?
Can we please let go of Benjamin St. Juste tonight?
No.
Can we let him enjoy the win on his own? I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it.
Honestly, I didn't really care for that call, but there was a lot of different calls I didn't really like. Technically, yes,
but
he wrapped his arm around there, but I really even slowed down Trev. He didn't really disrupt Allen from doing anything.
It wasn't a catchable ball either.
It wasn't. And so this is when Stoner and we don't like here on Ref the District blaming the refs. But and I'm not going to, and I'm not trying to say we're going to here, but there were some really awkward calls here. You have that one, which maybe you have the one where Chicago has 12 men on the field, and then it's our offsides. You have another.
That was a correct call, by the way, because we false started. So if you false start
offside,
that's a pre-snap penalty. So that negates their guy being on our side.
All right. Well, then how about the other false start, Stoner, where the ref was not even moved out from setting the ball, and they call it on us.
Yeah.
Like, so there's some silly things like that. I mean, that being said, Washington only had 4 penalties on the day. 5 penalties for 30 yards, 8 penalties for Chicago for 60 yards. So it, even though it felt like this was a game where there was some bad calls against us, ended up not be. There was a no call. We pointed out on our Twitter, and somebody here in the chat had pointed out as well. Chicago Bear number 72 tackles our defensive player on the Swift touchdown run. The Luis pointing out, that the Zach Ertz touchdown, not a touchdown. That was one of those ones that if they called it a touchdown, they probably don't overturn it, but they called it an incompletion, and there was not enough to sit there and say, yeah, he completed it. So it was a rough one, but in the end, Washington wins. Defense played a little bit better, I think, than we would have expected. Caleb Williams, good talent. Fantastic. I'm looking forward to this matchup years down the road. This is this generation's Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. These two are going to grow up together and play each other in the playoffs, constantly being top in their division and stuff like this. This is going to be something exciting to watch. But the defense did a good job today, holding the Bears to 15 yards, 2 of 12 on third down. 0 for 1 on fourth down. Caleb Williams looked like garbage in the first half, and even by the end of the game, he wasn't. Even though he was impressive, his stat line was not. 131 yards passing, 41 yards rushing. Just ain't Pepsi Rookie of the Week material.
I was thoroughly unimpressed by Caleb Williams tonight. And I like Caleb Williams, and I think he's going to be fine, and I think he's going to be the quarterback there for Chicago for the next 10 years. But in this particular game, I was thoroughly unimpressed with him, with his inaccuracy, with his decision-making, quite a bit of it. So I didn't think he had a very good game, but he stepped up when the team needed him in those last couple of drives and made some really nice plays to keep them in it. But Jaden Daniels, by far outplayed him in this game. And I think if we were attuned to Bears Twitter, I think there's going to be a lot of screaming about offensive holding on that Hail Mary play when Andrew Wiley was holding their guy. And they're going to be screaming about, if the roles were reversed, we would be screaming about their guy holding or whatever.
For our audio listeners,
as much as we hated some of the as much as we hated some of the calls that were made or not made, the Bears have just as much gripe as we do. We just happen to be on the good end of it this time, which, by the way, never happens.
Never.
And all of a sudden, things are turning our way. Things are happening our way. We're getting all of the breaks in games, off the field, with the hires that they're making, all of these things. We're getting all the breaks now, which is so much different. And now we got to start getting used to it and start expecting it from here on out. We got to start expecting that good things can happen to this organization. It's time to start making that okay, to normalizing it.
One of those good things is the return of, there were a lot of Bear fans there, don't get me wrong, but the return of home field advantage and Real Deal asking, do you think the crowd played a big role in miscommunication? Because Washington fans were getting loud the whole game. You can hear them on the broadcast again, and it's nice being able to. If I have to walk away from the TV for whatever reason, and I hear cheering going on, I'm running back because it's just like, what did Washington do? What happened? What was good for Washington? Whereas before, I'm just like, I'm gonna just keep walking because obviously that's not for us. So, let's answer Real Deal's question here. Do you think the crowd played a big role in miscommunication, both for Chicago, but also you got to remember a couple of times those 2 timeouts we had to use, Jaden Daniels getting frustrated again that the play call's not coming in quick enough. Was the crowd a big role today?
I think so. I haven't heard, like you said just a minute ago, I haven't heard a home crowd that loud in a game in a long, long time. Usually if we do, it's the other team's fans because, they're beating the crap out of us or doing this and that. So, yeah, I do think it played a big role in both teams' miscommunication. Definitely for Caleb Williams, and also for us, we had to burn those 2 timeouts. I think we were a little overzealous in there, but you can't help it, man. We got something to cheer about.
If you get a chance to see a camera isolated on Dan Quinn during the Hail Mary, I don't know if you guys have seen it yet. It's just so good to see. Right, all the work that they're putting in.
I have it, by the way, playing to my left here, just continually, just on loop right now. Over and again. And so every time you see me look over, it's because I'm watching that. That's what's happening. I can't wait to see more reactions. This is going to be one of those mic'd up ones that's going to. I don't care who was mic'd up. Mic up a water bottle, and that water bottle is probably jumping out of its container. Okay, because that was an amazing play. We had one more question here before I get to a hypothetical. This one from Pixel Paint. Question: how can you not go for it on 4th and inches? How? EP and I both screaming, go for it. It's fourth. It literally might have been an inch. You could barely see daylight there.
Let's put it in context. Okay, 4th and inches. I wrote it down. Right, which I agree. I think they should have gone for it there. But it's 4th and inches at your own 13-yard line.
Yep.
4 minutes and 39 seconds to go, and you're up 12-7. There's a lot of context there that says punt the ball. I would like to see this team go for it. I would like to see Dan Quinn be ultra aggressive and say, I believe in my team. But things like that, you start doing crazy stuff like that, that's going to come and bite you down the road if it's unsuccessful. But yeah, I would have liked to see them go for it because this is a year we're playing with house money, right? No expectations for this team, rookie quarterback, all of that. So this is a year you're playing with house money. Go ahead and play with house money then. And go ahead and go for it on 4th down and let the rest play out. That's what I would have done. But, my job is not on the line either. I'm going to look. We put out a poll. I'm going to go back and look and see what the poll is saying right now.
Yeah. All right. And Trev, how about you? You going for it on 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's 4th and inches. Like you said, it was like this much to gain. You got to do it.
I know your position isn't successful there.
Exactly. It's just
you literally call your center BA.
Yes.
All right. How do you not go for it? Like if you can't get 4th and inches and an inch, maybe an inch and a half, you can't call your center BA.
No,
you can't do it.
And he was a BA today. He was getting everybody's faces, protecting his own players today. I loved it.
I love
75% in the poll. 75% said yes, they should have gone for it.
Yeah. I just feel like that probably seals the game better than punting it away. Your defense is kind of on its heels a little bit. To your point, if you miss it, they score a touchdown, you have so much more time to work to score your own touchdown in return. So I just feel like that was the time to be aggressive there for it. Now I'm gonna have mine before I get to Matt's question that he put in there. And I love questions. Keep them rolling in the chat and we'll highlight them as we get to there. My hypothetical, gentlemen, Seibert misses a field goal shanks it, just absolutely just pulls up dirt.
Didn't it get blocked?
Nope. Did not get touched. It was all his foot. He just dug deep in there and whiffed. If he makes that field goal,
okay,
does Washington end up kneeling and going into overtime rather than winning on a Hail Mary? Because you got to think at that point, it would have been 15-15.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
for sure.
So you're saying
how lucky did we get that he missed?
Yeah. So you're saying that they would have had the ball 1st and 10 at their own 30-ish or 25, whatever it was, with 23 seconds left. Would they have just kneeled on it and played for overtime? Oh, 100%. Or they would have thrown like a little screen or a draw and see what would have happened. They would not have been aggressive with their play calling, for sure. So what you're positing here, if I'm hearing you right, is that it's a good thing Seabird missed the kick, or else we don't win.
We don't get lucky on a Hail Mary if he does that, right? Like then we're in overtime and we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
So in the end, this is where you're like, you can't really have regrets in life, right? Because it was maddening that he did that at the time, but then we went on a Hail Mary. Now, granted, if the Hail Mary falls flat, then you would have loved to have it been 15-15. So it's one way, half a dozen another there, but it was just kind of in my head. I'm thinking, wow, if he would have made that, we're in overtime rather than going forward. I'm gonna give a shout out to our buddy John here with a $4.99 donation. Appreciate you, John, a Packers fan who is absolutely. We had Dan in here earlier as well. Cheering on our burgundy and gold. He says, thank you, JD, for that beautiful Hail Mary. Love Packers fans everywhere. Appreciate you, John, jumping in, giving us the donation. Yeah, there's the whole North. NFC North is ecstatic to see the Bears lose this game. The North is the real deal this year. They've got a lot of good teams, although Minnesota's trending downwards over the last couple of weeks. So, but yeah. Amazing victory there. Let's head to Matt's question now. Do you think keeping Jaden's health all week in limbo helped us and hurt Chicago? Remember, he was hidden up until Friday where he was throwing passes in the bubble and they weren't going to make a decision until game day. Now, things definitely trended towards him playing by the end of the week, but they definitely kept it in limbo. Was that a successful mind trick for Dan Quinn and company?
Wow. I don't know that maybe there's a little bit of gamesmanship going on there, but I really feel like this team is more about doing the right thing and doing what they need to do to help their own guys instead of worrying about outside noise, right? So does it hurt or help Washington to kind of keep it secret? I don't know, but I don't think that they were purposely keeping it secret. I just felt like they were doing everything and they were saying exactly what they're doing. We're going to put him out there on Friday and see what he does. And he's going to throw a little bit. And then we're going to see how he feels the next day. And then on Sunday, we're going to throw him out there and we're going to warm him up and see how he feels. And then it's going to be a game time decision. And that's exactly how it played out. I didn't feel like they were sort of leaning towards it's probably going to be Marcus, and then all of a sudden it's Jaden. I didn't think they were playing games with Chicago. I thought that they were just doing what they needed to do to get Washington ready, or to get Jaden Daniels ready for this game.
I think it was a little bit of a Jedi mind trick for sure for us against Chicago, because you had pictures and reports coming out. Jaden's not at practice. He's in the bubble with the other quarterbacks, but now they're out in the field and there's no Jaden Daniels. It's a week-to-week thing. That's what they first initially said. And usually week-to-week in the NFL now means like you're playing next week. You're not playing this week. If it was day-to-day, then maybe he has a chance of playing. Then they said Mariota was taking first-team reps in practice, making that public. And Stoner, yes, they were saying, we'll push him really hard on Friday, see how it goes. And then 48 hours, game time decision, we'll see how it goes. But it was never really like, until towards like last night and today, like he's going to play. It was always like, I think they're doing things to help him get better, but I still think they might pull a B-Rob situation. B-Rob was probably trending the way they wanted to go to, but they held him out for that one game. And I thought that it was going to play out like that with Jaden. My gut said, nah, I think he's going to play because, it came out, it wasn't that serious, wasn't long-term, yada, yada, yada.
Sure.
And I think Chicago was probably kind of game planning for Mariota. So I bet they probably watched a lot of tape, obviously, of last week's game with Mariota more than Jaden a little bit. Because I know they got Jaden a few times with sacks, but for the most part, he was still doing Jaden Daniels things. This might have been his worst game, even though it was still over 300 yards.
His first 300-yard game being his worst.
Yeah, but exactly. But it looked like his worst game.
Sure.
He was making
his passes weren't as crisp. Yeah, Mike is talking about that in the comment section as well.
So I think it helped a little bit. I think it played a little bit of a mind trick for Chicago.
Let me pause our conversation real quick just to share the Washington Commanders tweet here. For our audio listeners, it is the game preview picks from the NFL team, and it has the image. If nobody got me, I know in Shook got me. Can I get an amen? Shook being the only one who picked Washington on that one. The Commanders social media team having a lot of fun with it, and that's some great. So I just wanted to take a pause there for that.
Share that video that's in there too, that just went in there.
Yeah, I will do once I get rid of this stupid streaming one there. So
I'm just sitting here on this is insane.
Yeah, they're having a lot of fun with it. Oh, here we go. This is the one you're talking about here. You want to see the Dan Quinn one?
Yeah, the Dan Quinn one.
You want to see? All right.
I cannot believe it.
And share the audio. It might get us, hit with the copyright. We'll see.
It's pretty easy to come down and look at Dan Quinn, and the legend grows for Jaden. Dan Quinn looking for people to hug, and we go down to Trace.
Yeah, fantastic.
I bet he cried.
Love to see it. Love to see it. So I also love to see Ted here in the back with the $5 donation. Hail to the Commanders. I love everybody right now. I'm just so happy. Let's go beat the midgets. I mean the Giants. No, you mean the midgets, Ted. We appreciate the super chat donation from Ted. All right. Let's keep things moving along here. D'Angelo we're talking about Jaden Daniels not looking as crisp today, right? When we had Mike saying he looked a little off, Matt saying even B-Rob looked a little off. Both of them have some kind of injuries. It's a long season. The bye week's not until week 14. D'Angelo in the chat just wanted to give Jaden Daniels all the time off because he wants the high draft pick. I think we're past that point now. At 6-2, we're not looking at a top 10 draft pick at this point. If we have a top 10 draft pick, something has gone completely wrong, and you're looking at not having a good season. So we have to believe with Matt here with the $19.99 donation. Jaden is him.
Yeah, he is.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is insane.
Yeah. And we need to get on. We have a whole line of him stuff. We need to get those out, and so that way people can start wearing those here. But yeah, at Jaden Daniels, actually him. Thanks, Matt, again for the donation.
Yeah,
defense again held the Bears to 15 yards. The offense was moving. It maybe not have been the best all-around game, but gents, it's still a victory for our Washington Commanders. 6-2, still leading the NFC East. Let's get to who our go-goes and no-goes are here for this game. Of course, we like to start with a no-go, so we end on that positive. Who was your no-go, Trev?
I already know.
Benjamin St. Just.
Yeah,
Benjamin St. Just. I don't care if it was an incorrect call, whatever. He shouldn't have been in that position for the refs to even make the call, because you knew once you saw Keenan go across the middle and St. Just started using his hands after 5 yards, it was like, here comes the flag. It happens every single week almost, it seems like. Yeah, we won. I am very, very happy we won, but we wouldn't have been put in that position if BSJ was a better cornerback than he is. And I know a couple games he's been locked down, but for the most part of his career, he's been burnt toast and a little bit too handsy and pretty much draws the most flags on defense. So he's my no-go. If it has to be one, it's going to be St. Just.
I'm interested to see who's the no-go for those in the there. Luis already coming in with the going after the refs. Make sure you put in there as far as who your no-go is for this game. As far as the BSJ penalty, I loved the fact that they had Peters and Harris on the sidelines and just the both of their reactions, like, are you kidding me? Yeah. Believe me when I say Washington's going to find a corner sometime in the offseason next year. All right, Stoner, who's your no-go?
Oh, man. This is kind of a hard one because I understand the BSJ selection, but look, he's a guy I kind of noticed he seemed to be following DJ Moore quite a bit, but DJ Moore got nicked up a little bit. So maybe that's why he ended up on Keenan Allen there at the end. I get that, but I have to put a little bit of this one, and you know how I am. I have to put a little bit of this on Kingsbury. I didn't like a lot of his play calling. I didn't think he ran the ball enough. They had 10 rushes. B-Rob had 10 rushes in the first half for 50 yards. Awesome, right? 5 yards a carry. He's moving it. Keep feeding the guy. Right? You only gave it to him 6 times in the second half. And let's not forget, they were ahead this entire second half. So I don't want to hear that they were trying to come back or whatever, and that's why they're throwing the ball too much. He got a little pass happy. Jaden Daniels should not be throwing the ball 38 times in a game that you're leading the entire game. He should not be dropping back 30. That's 38 times plus however many scramble runs he had. So over 40 times he's dropping back. That shouldn't happen. That shouldn't happen in this game. So I'll just say Cliff Kingsbury because I thought he was a little off his game this week. I'm still in the Cliff Kingsbury team. I'm still on his side. But I didn't like how he was calling plays this game.
Yeah, this is a defense, Chicago, that actually does give up quite a bit on the ground, and you saw that in the first half. It didn't continue in the second half. Now, maybe one of those things was you saw Cornelius Lucas go down. You're already down. Coleman with the concussion
was
inactive here, so you're on your left tackle 3, and Trent Scott getting a lot of no-goes in the
I get that.
So DC Dave was there. Tommy T was with that one as well. I'm going to agree with that assessment there. Daniel's going to go with the missed field goal, which I said, if we didn't miss that field goal, we don't win on a Hail Mary. So I don't know. I know it's a bit wishy-washy, but I'm just going to sit there. Doug actually, it points out for your Benjamin St. Juste pick, he did have that key 4th down stop. So
sure did. That was a really nice play.
Yeah, so just pointing that one out. Let's go to the positive.
Yeah, that was like in the first half or something, right?
No, it wasn't the second half. Let's hear your go for the game. Don't forget, gents, we're going to have a don't sleep player of the game. So don't necessarily pick your best player, but pick out a player who you thought had a fantastic game today. We'll start with you, Stoner.
Man, every week I fall more and more in love with Frankie Louvu. He just has so much energy, and he's so fast, and he's everywhere. However, he's not going to be my go this week.
Oh, we're cheating.
So slick, right? I'm sorry, Trev. Terry McLaurin. How can you not love everything that Terry McLaurin does?
I do love it. I love it.
He makes the tough catches. He gets behind the defense. He blocks if on that Zacchaeus, the Oz pass play that got called back. He made the key block downfield. That's wide receiver 1 making those blocks for wide receiver 5, right? So that wide receiver 5 can get in the end zone. And McLaurin, and when he had that little incident when he got hit a little bit late and he jumped up and they had the close-up of him and he said, "You ain't S," screaming out there a couple of times.
I love it. I have. All right, I have.
You have the beep.
I have the beep ready. You want to say? You want to tell us what Terry McLaurin said?
He said, "You ain't," and I love that because he will go to him afterwards and he will dap him up and he'll give him all the love and say it's part of the game. But in the course of the game, he's going to do everything he can to help his team win. And if that means talking the other team, he'll do that as well. Terry McLaurin's my go-go. I love Terry McLaurin through and through.
He was the first one to congratulate Noah Brown, too, by the way. He was right
absolutely.
there. Daniel's going to take Noah Brown here because he says go is whoever Hail Mary is. A lot of people agreeing with you, Terry. Some people picking Jaden. A lot of people picking Newton. Rookie had a pretty decent game. But who you going to go with there, Trev?
I guess. I don't know. I'm going to have to go Noah Brown. I have a shout out to give afterwards, too. That's kind of like a 1B for my go-go's. But first, Noah Brown. He resurrected himself after that crucial first down drop he had in the first half.
He had a couple drops today.
Yeah, so like he just saved himself with being in the right place at the right time on that Hail Mary. So cool, calm, and collected. Snuck behind the whole pile. I was like, I know how this works. These get tipped all the time, so I'm gonna just chill back here for a minute, and then whoop, right into his hands. That's my 1A for go-go. 1B would be defensive line. I thought they played great. I thought we would have a problem with Caleb Williams' mobility. Yes, he made some magic happen here and there, but for the most part, we caused him to make some magic like that, and we brought him down a few times too, rattled him. First half, we just made him look like a rookie that he is. And second half, we let him go off a little bit. We, for the most part, contained him. And we did that without Jonathan Allen and, some practice squad guys and some people coming back from injury. So I thought the defensive line played lights out today. I think it's one of the best games they've had all season.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've mentioned a lot of good guys here, and you can even give Deron Payne some love there at shoestring tackle, preventing Caleb Williams from breaking out another run, and that would have been good. So we've got Terry McLaurin. How about Zach Ertz, by the way? 32-year-old tight end who's coming off of injuries and just coming out and having 7 catches for 77 yards and being a nice safety blanket for Jaden Daniels this season. Yeah, he's going to be mine. I love the tight end position, not just because he's on my fantasy team, although that does help things as well, but Zach Ertz is going to be my go-go.
I like it.
Jim Jones is picking Jaden Daniels Rookie of the Year, and we're about to pick our Don't Sleep Energy player of the game. So who do you gents have for that? Is there any doubt? Should we just all say it at once?
Okay, sure.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Jaden
Marcus Mariota.
Trev had to
because he didn't play. He didn't play.
Yeah, true.
Held that clipboard like a beast. Yeah, Jaden Daniels.
But yeah, Jaden Daniels. Oh yeah, hands down.
Absolutely. I mean, he had himself a game 21 of 38. So not the most efficient day there, but 326 yards, 1 touchdown, took a couple sacks. And then he had, no picks, no turnovers. He had 8 carries for 52 yards. And gentlemen, we saw how just shifty he is. People know he has the top end speed, but he is just making people miss. And he was picking up first down after first down with those legs, or at least picking up chunk yards to make getting a first down even more manageable. Absolutely. Jaden Daniels lights out for this game.
I cannot believe.
And let's give him also a lot of respect for going out there and playing when he didn't have to.
Sure.
If he had not played in this game, everybody would have totally understood. But he went out there and he played, definitely hurt, and he played against a tough defense in the Bears, and he got hit. And there was a couple of times where he should have gone out of bounds, but he stretched it out a little bit further, took a couple extra hits, all of that. So give him a lot of his props for actually just going out there and playing and then executing like he did.
Absolutely. Which is why he's earned our Don't Sleep player of the game. You can head on over to don'tsleepenergy.com. Use the code DISTRICT. Get yourself 10% off your entire order. They are a local DMV company. You can guarantee that they were jumping up and down as Noah Brown collects the touchdown, the game-winning Hail Mary thrown by one Jaden Daniels.
I just still can't believe it.
Yeah, it's never happened. And if you would have had Don't Sleep Energy in you, you probably would have gone through the roof with excitement. So make sure you head on over there, don'tsleepenergy.com. Use the code DISTRICT. Get yourself 10% off. Support a local company. as they celebrate here with the burgundy and gold as well. Don't sleep. Energy makes you great. We have the NFL Player of the Year. We're going to show this as well. We might as well. We've been sharing them all this whole time here. So might as well make it one more.
Player of the Year already.
So this is the point. This is NFL saying this is your point of view. You're on the field with the Commanders when the clock hits 0. This is what this one is right here. We'll hit that.
Trent Scott over
Just
there.
Absolute madness.
Michael Davis.
Yeah. Crazy.
This is insane. DC's on fire tonight.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. There's Payne. There's
Obata, Senate. There's Noah Brown.
You know what?
There.
Let's just go for it. Show the play too.
Show the play. Might as well.
Show the play. It's it's on the Commanders deal there.
All right. So I did have it up here. Here it is.
Down to one last play. And it's going to be
Stoner's hold.
getting longer by the second. You're all the way back at the 30-yard
line.
Right here.
Now you
Boom!
can
That could have been a
launches
the
it
Hail
up.
Mary with the game on the line. And the ball is caught! It's a miracle!
Washington wins! Oh my God. That was
This town is going crazy. It's a madhouse.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Look at this. Get up, dude. Get up. It's over. Go home.
That is fantastic. Yeah. It was a great game. I'm glad that we won. I wanted Jaden Daniels to play. I wanted to shut up the Chicago Bears fans, and they did it. It was fantastic. We loved it. We're going to be back on Wednesday live at 7:30 to talk more about this game and the next game, as we do want to continue things rolling here on Ref the District. I am back, folks. I had a great run on the play, 3 sold-out crowds, and a lot of rave reviews for my work on the stage. I appreciate everybody hanging out with us. Stoner's got his finger up. He says one more thing.
Yeah, did you get that last starred comment?
Let's see here. Oh, you're right. You're right. Captain Obvious, I apologize. That was on me. Captain Obvious, fan since 86. This is one of the best plays I have ever seen with a $5 donation. Appreciate you, Stoner, for pointing that one out. I did see
that, man.
Thank you, Captain. And yeah, this is it's been so long since we've had something good like this happen to us. And I just absolutely it's going to be hard to sleep tonight. EP better be on the watch out. That's all I got to say. And with that, folks, we're Ref the District. I'm Nathan. That's Stoner. That's Trev. We'll be back on Wednesday live as we always are on YouTube and Facebook. We appreciate you joining us and joining the conversation. And until next time,
Hail Mary, full of grace.
Be a fan.